Gyemfi ngochia NPP ni Dr. Baumia. Yadi kun ya se yebechi dollar atu prison. Yadi safua ma IGP ni adin a wo mo ntimi anye. Eze Mahama ene ni governor. Ena mi nua kuma Sammy Gyemfi. Wo mo di afi baako. Aye de mpanimfo ebeye emfia nwotwe a wo mo ntimi. Na wanya bibia amma wasia. Utwa ho kobo no kro no.
Mane fa na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Chairman General Asiedu Nketia to be amane the minority on a press conference on Tuja led by Oppong. Yana Omocha a gold board Aboka over 214 million USD. Way back in September, yeah, almost estimated by December the gold board Eboboka over 300 million USD. Eno Chairman General Asiedu Nketia Senior President John Dramani Mahama steered the affairs of the country, supported by the Governor of Bank of Ghana, Sammy Gyemfi, and affairs on the cabinet. No, Oma Puti and I said Oma making a massive economic gains. The previous administration tried say Ombe achieve in 8 years, but they couldn't achieve. And intino say Ghana for and I said NPP for Anya Ade Amma Omasia, and they also Mobo Omase Chrono and and as I said, and as Chairman General Asiedu Nketia described the whole situation of the press conference and the losses are almost said BOG are making 214 million losses. Mempesa mekasa ebewano. Mempesa obeka me hono yakotie ensema Chairman General Asiedu Nketia ekanya. Say we ni wa hano subscribe to the channel no. We na sana ye the video tuma won sabeka na watimi ayeden watie bi. Yentie Chairman General Asiedu Nketia.
Madam Vice President, comrades, I would like, for the sake of time, to stand on the existing protocols established by earlier speakers. And I want to break the monotony of English for this occasion. So, I was planning to actually speak Dangbe, but today is Wednesday, isn't it? You know that I don't speak Dangbe on Wednesdays. Entiabusha ye mo bibia finshapa ene nanka mempese mekasa ifise na otwe mu mananti akosire mu akokasa antinka ne de anka metwe me ho kakra na asem ba ko pe ene de me abegina ha masamo ne se afi ba ko a atwamu yi Obia ebo aban abaso se yatimi atra oman mu atra aban mu afimu a na yenya scandal bia enu nti omo kasa no eyeye nuanum bia enti omo akosha ase scandal or no scandal omo the scandal ebeba abetu aban no so nan say yanka bin shemu yada sorry I say Bank of Ghana ni gold board omo aboka $214 million in TNT bida Sammy Gyemfi resign governor resign Adam say dia ben pa na ekoso wo man mu governor the deal betra akonwa so a wotai kesi ada wani so ne se wobebo yesika no homban yesika no emudro sika no a na do se aye hata wodin bia ni mu no ene yanya governor yanya president ya enhihye pa yedi agu akwan mu no obia di ho adanse se yesika no afedie emu ayeduru mfia ngotwe a NPP ni Dr. Baumia yade kun ya se yebechi dollar atu prison yade safua ma IGP ni adin a wo mo ntimi anye eze Mahama ene ni governor ena mi nua kuma Sammy Gyemfi wo mo di afi baako aye de mpanimfo ebeye emfia ngotwe a wo mo ntimi na wanya bibia amma wasia utwa ho kobo no kro no anu nti abusuafo yan dia yenim se adwuma na empanimfo mienu eye no ne ya no omo aya manaburu sokra ifrise obi bia obuman bia ni mu se the first security threat Emma or my bia economy any ni currency kwayo befa so abo ni sika ho ban a se sika no ento form yetia yeye ta ade ayaya ni ehuna no afedie yehuna no ebeji omai na $60 baako a enenam 17 cedis ni achire ena $60 baako a enenam between 10 and 11 cedis anipa wo mo ko school wo mo nsua economics no niema ebinum wo ho a wo mo nte ase efrise se usika ahwodin ba mu a niema edi bo a onie eniema bo a ekosoro wo man mu basabasa nyina no etu betwa mo aso mudi ho adanse ese afi ba ko atwa mu yi niema bebre so wo hokura no a ne bo eso ate na wo a wote so a niema bo ekosoro na de waba niema bo ekofom wo si ya kan se accountability no ebetwa ba bia nti de onye ebone de oye papa no kura no yemfa accountability se kan kotwa no lai yenuanom somebody say inflation above from aba single digit osumi bebre a ebisi ye ache wo man mu niema bo ekosoro ba fom a osia okwa akobo no bank say ye wa na okope bosia ana say adwuma bi na epe bosia ede atre adwuma num na wanya mfaso afa nipa adwuma mu no obroni frɛ bi cost of credit ni nyina ɛyɛdɛn ɛba fam ɛba saa ɛna ɔman no etimi cost we free sɛ so obi tintim ni mfiri dwuma wɔ abrochire no ɔbɛnya bosia a ɛho nsi ho yɛ less than 10%. na wo so wo pɛsɛ ɔyɛ nneɛma ɛkɔtɔn wo ne no kosi akan na wo ubosi a woje no ehun si hu be 30% ya wo ya professor ni kura untimi ene no enkosi akan de beba ne se unyuma ewo umamu no ebegu na obi ya ne dia wabeton ama eno pa ho a emfidi a yakra fra brochire ede betintim emfirijuma ene input so a yakra di fra brochire ebeboa ma ya industries no course no ni nyina sidi awode aba mu no ni nyina ne bo ayeden aba fam enu free ho a omai mu na omusi yedika ya yare nka den yentimi ntua eka ema haircut no ne ade no nyina ba mu sidi no nko ahode a aba mu nti no ene osisi yeka no ewo dollar mu na oda ne ba sidi mu a ewo fam enu nti na wiase nyina san adigidie ama ya economy no say ejira ne na so akufo adobre so na okope bosia kra ye maw ene ebi presa ye magi bosia yanso ya say ya ho ode e wo ha no ya de be ye wie na ansumu a ansa na ye be kwa akope obi bosia beso so a yakope bia beso ade ba kunso a say inflation ba fomu a etimi buama oman no diye ene adansie ene adan atoto abrochire wama abogafo a wama akotena ho no obia nkoboabo asika no se okosi dan o amanfo bi wo ho a womusi a no akotua entoase kakra bi na fe yamau dan no wadam na ogusu a utuatua ka enru se obekọ pension na wanya ofi a utimu omaimu President Rollins breso ya shebi ase home finance bisa ho se eyeden na eduru ba bi a eguye efri se na niam abo kwa ekosoro ntentem inflation rate no ukoji bosia now the see dan by the time obesi dan na wie na ebo a odi beto so obetimi ate uka no obi anika na ha obetimi atuaka se utiri ye kura na ye de sada no efriu na utua no nkakra so mi bia obekwa akotua bi no balance ye wo ho no na sa akosoro chai se de na wunya ntua bi no enti ebasa na chese enye remunerative kura se ubekwa ko free dan se utua ka if we say utua payment time no eye infinity ebrebia ni ho obetime atua sa aka na wie ebasa wo muso a esisi adan ne aton bia ma ya nyamu ada no wo muso yemfa esika nkom enti de eche ne se ye currency yatimi asomuye na hoden abam na enam eno so ama inflation so aba fomu a bosia yebo no eno so ninsi ho aba fom efriwa na chese adwadie bia wudi bia no edane kwamu se emfaso ebetimi aba wadwadie no wo mu a esi dan aton no wo mu si na wo mu ton a wo mu nya mfaso emranti a muso munya muntimi emu musika no nkosi dan no se mo kwa akoto dan a obi asi a utimi bu hu akonta ehunu se edan we emfie du ana emfie du mienu betimi atua aka awie enu ntinema bebre wo ho a se utika no ahwodin bam na inflation no so ba famu a etimi bua o wajuma efu akatua akura no sa afiso na akatua ntumu no ankosoro kura no a esan se niema bo eba fam enti no akatua nipa no je no dada no okodwo mu a eto niema more than said de nanka niema bo okosoro na usu ututu akatua mu ekosoro enu nti abusuafo se governor eni Sammy Gyemfi enam wo mu adwuma yeso na ɔman enya saa mfasuo yi na yɛsi wɔn de sika $214 million ɛna ɛde ayɛ a saa benefit nyinaa ɛba economy no mu a monka nkyerɛ atiafoɔ no sɛ yɛdeɛ yɛpɛ no saa yɛdeɛ yɛpɛ no saa ɛnyɛ sika a obi ayi adi ɛyɛ sika a mfasoɔ bebrebe yi a meka ho asɛm yi sɛ yɛde saa sika yi ɛna ɛde akɔgye aba na ɔman yi ahotɔ aba mu na yɛ sika sɛm ahyɛ ase a ɛtotɔ yi a yɛdeɛ yɛpɛ no saa nti mɛgyina party nanan mu abɔ governor aba so na mabɔ Sammy Gyemfi so aba so sɛ wɔn mu biara yɛ bɔne a yɛnkata ne so na mmom yɛnya hu sɛ wɔn mu ayɛ bɔne na wɔn mu adwuma ɛkɔ animu na ɔman no di ho mfasoɔ no deɛ party no yɛtaa wɔn mu akyi obiara ɔpɛ nhwehwɛmu bi ayɛ no yɛn encourage wɔn sɛ nhwehwɛmu bi a ɛwɔ hɔ biara wɔn nkɔ gyina anim na wɔn a ɛbɔ kwadu no koraa nka sɛ wɔn bi adi sika ɛsi wɔn di sika no ɛde adi dwuma bi saa dwuma no a wɔn de adi no ɛho mfaso a aba no yɛpɛ nti wɔn nkɔ so na wɔn nyɛ no saa yɛda mu nyinaa ase yɛma obi biara afinhyia pa afe nkɔ na afe mmra na afe sisɛ ne yakɔ yɛ anim asene sei afe sisɛ yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ na sidi no asɛn gyina ɛkyɛn sɛ deɛ tie yi afe sisɛ na nneɛma boa a ɛkɔ soro na ɛso asan ahwan na ɛba saa obiara adwuma bɛkɔ so adwadifoɔ adwuma bɛkɔ so mfirikafoɔ adwuma bɛkɔ so na yɛne a adwumayɛfoɔ so a ɛgye akatua so no yɛso yɛbɔtɔ mu bɛyɛ duru ɛno nti yɛda mo ase nyame nhyira obi biara.
The General Mosquito himself. Thank you very much, National Chairman.
Any a wote ye Chairman General Asiedu Nketia ne reply a odi ama NPP efa omo press conference a omo debe to dwa se BOG anase gold board ameki anase aboka over $214 million. Yeah, what I say. So we share the achievement this government are achieving within these few months and as within this 1 year now. The previous administration with all the economic management team, yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, na obo mo abaso say omo ye fantastic team. Boache Ejakon, senior minister ya Osafo Mafo, ene afenso no omo omaka. Omo antimi and achieve this massive achievement. Name of NPP and as a NDC within few months with a fewer men, omo team achieve such resource. Elona Chairman General Asiedu Nketia ekase obo Sammy Gyemfi abaso, the governor of Bank of Ghana, ene afenso no appointees omo bo omo ho modern. Na netie ene say omo nyang hu say omo di bone die omo nja omo sa omo be defend omo when they are right. Name so omo ye ade a enya, they will also come out and say it. And any investigations biana the minority episode omo ye no, they can go ahead and do their investigations. Now Chairman General Asiedu Nketia edenesem eba awie no. The first female vice president, Professor Jenana Opoku Ajema, enso ekasaya. Na yenti ensema Professor Jenana Opoku Ajema eka.
The chairman of our party, the general secretary, Naname, members of parliament, elders of our party, members of the media, all of us who are gathered here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I promise to be very brief. First, I bring you greetings from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who wishes everybody a very, very happy New Year. We know why he is not here. In this kind of position, sometimes as we used to say in school, it is difficult to division yourself into twice. Because sometimes the 2 or 3 activities are equally important, and it's very, very difficult to make a choice. So we understand that. And I believe that when I go back to tell him that it was a spectacular performance today, I would have been telling the truth, wouldn't I? I salute everybody and all the people who marched past, especially the children among them. My special salutations to them. Thank you. Thanks to all the organizers for making today even more special. I also commend all the speakers who have come before me. So much they have said. So much truth they have shared with us. And I know that we've heard them all. And as time goes on, even from today, we'll abide by them. The first point I want to make is that, yes, we are a young country, but our history goes much, much further back. And I want us to be very, very mindful of that. The people of Ghana say, isn't that the case? That we've come from far away. And a very important comedian who has passed said, we came from far away. Either way, they are pointing us to a certain path in the past. And I'm using this to let us all know that there's so much we have survived. And we have survived that based on certain principles. And those principles still persist and they are still valid. Those principles have shaped our history as we have come along, including what we are celebrating today. The very important fact of holding ourselves together, of saying no to the wrong things and forging ahead with the values that matter. And today we are remembering 44 years. There are many we know. There's one thing that also used to occupy J.J. Rawlings, and that was the people whose names may have perished, but who were part of the forward march. He never forgot. And that was why he was always interested in pushing others forward and not himself. That is one lesson I want all of us to learn. I don't want to speak for too long. So it calls into our memory the role of the unknown soldier. What motivated those people? I believe it's because there was a cause they believed in, and they were willing to sacrifice everything. What motivated them? It was what was good for the majority. And what was that? It was about the values that to push our country forward. And what are some of them? We all know. We use the words. And I want to urge that sometimes we pause and think about what they connote. Accountability, openness, caring, respecting, regardless. Working not only for ourselves, but more for others. Regardless what we are doing, whether it's a private business, we are teaching, we are healing, we are interacting, to put others first. So the question is, what are we doing to keep that focus, to advance our country, to ensure that the original sacrifices others made, so that we are here today, that those sacrifices remain valid. What is our role? What is our charge today? I heard them poetry. Some didn't even have the privilege of spending time with their own children. I can't imagine a sacrifice more than that. They did all of that. And as I said, our history goes further back. Many people have brought us here. Today we are here. What are we doing with that privilege? What one good thing are we doing to help one person? Now we are at the cusp of a new year. Yes, we'll count our blessings, but we'll also be very mindful of our weaknesses and balance the two. It has been a difficult year, we know, but we have also been, let me say that God has been gracious, and I'm not just using words. We have been through a very, very difficult time, but yes, we have survived, and we will survive it even further going ahead. The quality of our depends on you and me. All the things that we do, regardless where we are. Whether we have an appointment or we are not, or we don't. Our activities affect others. Let us ensure that they are affecting others in positive ways and not in ways that inure only to us. We are, how are we entering this new year? I'm not going to ask about resolutions. We hope for a better year. A better year doesn't announce itself because it's going to be a better year. We can make it a better year. And I know that we will. Or we don't plan to do that. Yes. Thank you very much. And going forward, let us all be mindful. We have an agenda to prosecute. We have a country to build. And everybody is part of it. And I've said it again and again, regardless where we are, regardless the role to play. Everybody has a role to play. Let us stay the course. Let us avoid unhelpful distractions. Let us put the country forward and put Ghana first. All other things will be added unto us. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you very much.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.